There is no second chance to make a good first impression. First impressions are crucial in any work with people and none more so than with new peoples. The old adage, don't smile until Christmas holds the grain of truth. It's always easier to loosen up later than it is to start to lay down the law once your class has decided you are soft. Don't forget to introduce yourself and spell your name out on the blackboard if necessary. Pupils in primary school usually know their teachers quite well and see the same teachers for a greater proportion of the times than in secondary education. It can be quite stressful for pupils to start a new school or a new year in which they may encounter 20 new teachers in the space of a week. State clearly what you expect of your pupils, what they can and cannot do in the classroom. Establish a few simple rules of behavior and always stick to them. You may also wish to invite pupils to put forward their own suggestions for additional ground rules. Learn your pupils' names as quickly as you can. Any instruction is much more effective if you direct it to an individual. Your work will also be more effective if you never forget that your class is made up of individuals and knows them as such. Help pupils to learn each other's names if they do not know all of them already. One way of doing this is to form them into a large circle and ask each pupil to say, for example, my name is Cheryl and this is my friend Mark and this is Clive and so on and so forth. See who can say the most names. This helps you learn their names too. Help pupils to get to know each other at the same time, helping you to get to know them. For example, conduct a class round along the lines of my name is Jane, my favorite thing in this world is, for example, pizza, and my pet hate is spiders. Show your pupils where they are heading. Give your pupils a clear idea of what they will be doing in the next few weeks and why they aren't doing it. Helps them to see how your work with them fits in with the syllables, national curriculum, programs of study, and so on and so forth. Make sure your pupils know how they will be assessed. Which pieces of work are more important for assessment, for example? Which areas are revision of materials they have already covered? Emphasize the need for them to look after their own work and take responsibility for their own progress, especially where there is continuous assessment. Use the first lessons to find out what pupils already know about the subject and build on this in your planning. You could make this into a quiz or get them to write something that is personal to them, which will help you to get to know them better. Explain which resources are available for pupils to use, which they can access, which resources to be obtained from the teacher or in the library or resource center, for example. Encourage pupils to take responsibility for the resources in the classroom. For example, keeping an eye on the number of rulers, rubbers, and so on, ensuring that the stock lasts all the year. React firmly if any of your rules of behavior are reassessed. This is especially important in the first few weeks. Shows the class that you notice everything that is going on and are not willing to ignore anything. Name the pupil who has done something you do not like, but be aware of individual personalities and notice if what you say is having an extreme effect on anyone. You may need to treat carefully with pupils who feel insecure or nervous. Don't be drawn into arguments. When you know pupils better, you can be more flexible.